Okay, I just want you to ignore the crying baby in the background. This is going to be pretty much the basics of Adobe Premiere Pro CS5. Now, still watch this if you have any other version. This is just so it'll work with CS5. Again, just ignore that. So, when you first open it up, you will see this opening, and you see this Welcome to Adobe Premiere Pro folder. Now this is here every single time you open it. If you have a project that you've been working on, your recent ones will open up here, or you can open any project that you've done. You also have the help sign, but you probably won't need that. So now, if you're making a new project, click on New Project. And now we have all of the different settings. So we have capturing, we have your playback. We could just make the audio any way that we want. We could have DV or HDV. If you capture videos, choose that. And then set a destination. Make a title of it. So we'll call this Test for Tutorial. Fail for spelling. We can click enter. And then a new window will come up, which is this. And then for your playback settings, this does not make your videos different, but your playback settings. If you want it to be very clear, go to DV 24p standard 48 kilobytes HS. I think that's how it is. And then have a name for it. I'll just call this the timeline. You'll see in a minute. Click enter. And then when it comes up, you're going to have your user interface. And this is where everything happens when it opens up. Just to tell you, it shouldn't go this slow for you. I'm just recording, so that's why it's going so slow. So, now that we're here, we are going to want, this is pretty much, I'll go ahead and tell you everything. I put the timeline because that'll be your sequence name, your project. Not your project name, but your sequence name, where all your stuff happens. This is the timeline, which can be moved to different places, I think. Nope, cannot. And then you can kind of just squish everything or make everything bigger. And then you have your tools here. Then up here, you have your source, which I'll get into in just a second. Your effects controls. Your audio mixer, where you can mix all the audio. Media data, which I never use. So, now let's import a clip. You can click File, Import, which will import a file. Or you can just hit Control-I, or you can double-click in the empty box. Now what I'm going to do is just import them from right here. So I got these right here. Select the ones that you want, and we're going to drag them into here. It can be any video format file. And here's what might happen to you. If, when you get your first one, like here, I got my video here. If your first one just doesn't work, then, or your second one, whatever ones that you want, then just drag them in again, and that time it should work. It's really weird when that happens. So now we can click on them, and then we can rename them. So we'll call this one green screen. Hit enter, and then we'll call this one walking. So then we have these that we can rename. And if we click on this button to make a new bin, we click on it and we'll name this videos. And then we can take these and put them into that file. which can get you, so then you can be a little bit more organized if you have a lot of videos. You can be organized with your files. And yeah, so oh yeah, you can just pretty much make anything else. I'll get into that later. So now let's go into our source. We'll choose a video. I'll just choose this walking video and drag it into here. Now we can see our video. And we can also scrub through it. Now, we can set our in and out points. So let's say we want it to start right here. We're going to hit I on the keyboard, or you can just hit this button right here. And then when we want it to end, which will be probably right there, I'll just have it be like right here. We're going to hit O, or just hit this button. Now, this is to set a marker, so like right here. You can also just hit star on your keyboard, but yeah, so hit this, and it'll set a marker right there. If you want to undo something, go to Edit, Undo, or just Control Z, which is what I do. Now, if you want to bring that marker back, so like you want to redo, Control Shift Z will put it back, or just Edit, Redo. Now, once we find our in and out points, we're going to take the picture and drag it in into here, okay? It's very simple, I just drag it in. Now, also, what we can do is if we just want the video, we can just drag in the video only. If we want to just drag in the audio, which there really isn't any audio in this, drag in the audio. So, we'll just drag this in, it's only a video. And then we can zoom in by hitting the plus and minus keys. Or what I normally just do is just zoom in like this. So I'll just zoom in so it'll fit. And now let's go ahead and go over these controls. If you want to go into something, hit the tilde key. That is to the left of the 1 and under the escape button. Hit that and it'll bring you into wherever your mouse is. So if you want to look up here, find a certain file, or just find your effect, just like that. So, we'll go ahead and hit the tilde key, come into here, and here are the controls. We can scrub through just as we want, and just a note here. The video is 4 seconds long, so right here, if we go to 4 seconds, that's 4 milliseconds, sorry. 4 semicolon 0 0. Now we're at 4 seconds. If we go 3 more frames, it's off. Okay? We can move that from here. Now, so if you go back here, there's really nothing. So we can, I wish you could zoom into here, but you can't. You can also use your mouse wheel to scroll, to scrub through the frames. And yeah, so now what we're going to do is we are going to show you all this. We can mark in and mark out as usual. So say we want to stop it, like we want to end up stopping right here, hit this button, and now it's already been cut to that length, so Control Z. So now we have it 4 seconds again. We can also set our endpoint, same thing. Now here's the main button that you're going to be using. I normally just hit space to do it, but you just click the play button. We also have frames to go forward frame. Yeah. We can also just use the arrow keys to go 1 frame forward or back frames. Or just hold it down to go really fast. Okay, so. Well, that will be almost the end of this part. You can export frames for like Photoshop. We have our safe area, and we have our loop button. That means it just moves back and forth. Now, the next part of this video will be in the description, the link. So yeah, bye.